Hey everyone, so in this tutorial I want to go over how to get a good photo reference and how to manipulate it when you want to change an ordinary subject matter into a multicolored subject matter. I get a lot of my students that want to do animal portraits in particular, and they always bring in these colorful examples and say, I want to do that, how do I do that? And so I think that the easiest way to accomplish this is to have a good reference. So I'm going to show you a few tricks that I use when I want to go this route. So first of all, I take just a photo reference. This is my original, and I'm working with an Apple iPhone 8, and I do realize that phones vary. Some people have Android, some people have older iPhones, newer iPhones. So the basic concept is pretty universal. We're going to go over color, saturation, a few filters, cast. So these are kind of the things you want to look out for, and you might just have to play around with your particular phone if you're not working with an iPhone. So here goes. I'm going to start with this basic reference. I'll tap it and I'll get the little edit sign. So I go to edit, and the first thing I like to do is hit the little 3 circle icon that is for the filters. I tend to teeter between vivid, vivid warm, and vivid cool. Now the difference between vivid warm is it will really pop out the yellows and reds. The vivid cool will pop out the greens, blues, and purples. For this particular piece, I think I want to go with the vivid cool because I really like what's happening in the ears and even down the face here. I'm seeing a little bit of those blues pop out, so I know when I really start to manipulate this image, I'm going to see a lot of the blue and purple colors. So that's the first step, the filter. Now I need to go in and start working on manipulating it manually. If you touch the little sundial icon, you can go into color, and the little sliding scale, go all the way as far as it'll go. Then go to the little 3 bars over on the side, and you can go to saturation. Same thing, you can go all the way as far as it'll go. Now you can go the opposite way and it's completely void of color, but in this particular case we want it really, really bright. So then I'm going to go back to my little manual manipulator, and I'm going to hit light. So with light I can go really dark and create more dramatic contrast, or I can go really light and really pop out the little details in the fur and make the colors more vibrant. So that's just a personal choice. How bright do you want it? I'll keep it right about there. So the last thing that I want to do with this one is going back to color. I like to put a cast on it. Now the cast is either warm or it's cool. I want you to watch right in here what happens. If I go a cooler cast, it's not as vibrant. If I go a warmer cast, I'm going to get a lot more vibrancy in those oranges and reds. Now in the face with the cooler cast, I might get more greens and blues than I do with the warmer cast, but I think I'm going to stick to warm. Now here's a little side note. This is really red and orange, so putting a blue or a green cast on it is going to neutralize that red and orange because we're dealing with complementary colors. Anytime you have complements mixing together or overlapping, you're going to get a more neutral version of the color. So they tend to make brown shades. So because I want this area brighter, I'm going to go with the warm cast. So now that's about as far as I can take this particular image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit done. And there I have it. Now if you want it even more bright and dramatic and abstracted, what you can do is you can screenshot this image and do the whole process again. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So on my phone I just hold the side button and the home button at the same time. Bam. And it goes down there. And let me hit done. Save to photos. And so now I'm going to get out of here, go back to my photos, and here's the new one that I just screenshotted. So again, repeat, hit edit, then I go to the filter. I can do vivid, vivid warm, or vivid cool. In this case, I think I just want to do vivid. Look how really bright those colors get. Then I can go to the sundial, hit color, go all the way as far as I want. I'm just gonna make it really dramatic for the sake of the demo. Then go back to the little menu bar and hit light. Brighten it up as much as I want. You can see how posterized it gets the more you start to manipulate it. And then the last step, I can go back to color and go to cast, and I can make it more warm, or I can make it more cool. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Look at all the blues. Ready? I kind of like that. So I think I want to stick with this one. So I'll hit done, and ta-da! Now the painting behind me here, it's definitely not as dramatic as this. I don't think I went this dramatic because I don't think I wanted to scare anybody. But you can play with it until you really like it. And so you can see all the fun stuff that happens when you zoom in. You just get a really cool reference going on. So I hope that helps, and I definitely encourage you guys to experiment with photo manipulation, because it'll really help with your painting if you have a really solid reference. All right, thanks. See ya.